So a very good morning to all of you. Now we have started chapter number 1 of standard 9, that is number system. Okay, in the previous session we have learned about how to identify whether the given numbers are rational or irrational. Then we have learned how to convert the given rational number in p by q form. Now today we are going to learn operations on real numbers. We have learned that real numbers is nothing but the collection of all different types of numbers. In these numbers, natural, whole, integers, rational and irrational, all these numbers are coming under the category of real numbers. Okay, now today we have to learn that what happens when we add, subtract, multiply or divide a rational number with another rational number and a rational number with an irrational number. So let us start. So the sum or difference of a rational number and an irrational number is always irrational. Okay, then that is whenever we add or subtract a rational number and an irrational number, our answer will always be irrational. For example, suppose now 2 is a rational number and root 2 is an irrational number. When we add these two numbers, the resultant is, when we add 2 and root 2, our answer will be 2 plus root 2. Now remember that this 2 is a rational number and root 2 is an irrational number. Their sum is always an irrational number. Okay, then next one, suppose if we subtract, similarly when you subtract a rational number and an irrational number, the answer is always an irrational number. Okay, now next we have to see that what happens when we multiply a rational number with an irrational number. Okay, suppose let us consider same example, 2 and root 2. Now when we multiply this 2 with an irrational number, that is a rational with an irrational, our answer will be 2 root 2. Now here this 2 root 2 is an irrational number. So what we have learned that when we add, subtract, multiply or divide a rational number with an irrational number, our answer is always irrational number. In short, I am writing here that addition, subtraction, multiplication or division of a rational number with an irrational number, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, our answer will always be an irrational number. Okay, so what we have learned that addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of a rational number with an irrational number is always addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of a rational number with an irrational number. Rational with irrational is always irrational. Okay, now let us see what happens or what answer we are getting. Okay, before that, now there is one condition that if we add, subtract, multiply or divide two irrational numbers, the result may be rational or it may be irrational. Okay, let us see some examples for this one. Now here it can be seen that let us multiply root 2 with another root 2. Now these both are irrational numbers. Now when we multiply such irrational numbers, at that time what you have to do, that when root 2 is multiplied by root 2, our answer will always be 2. Remember, there is a rule for this one, that when two numbers, that is this is first number, this is second number, with the same roots, this one is same root, Okay, now let us consider the inner number as the base. Okay, so when two numbers with same root and same base, if they are multiplied, our answer is always a base only. The root, it gets cancelled. Okay, further we will learn that why this root gets cancelled, that we will learn in the next lecture. Okay, now similarly we can write an answer for this one also, that root 5 into root 5 will be only 5. Okay, now here it can be seen that we have multiplied two irrational number, but our answer is a rational. So if we add, subtract, multiply or divide two irrational numbers, the result may be rational or it may be irrational. Okay, the result may be rational or it may be irrational. Okay, now let us see how to add two irrational numbers. Now here it can be seen that we are having two irrational numbers, root 7 and root 7. Check, both the numbers have a same root and same base number we can consider. So we can say that these both are like or same. Okay, during such a condition we can just simply write that how many times root 7 is there, so it is 2 times, so our answer is 2 root 7. Remember that during addition we cannot make any changes in this root number. Okay, we can just make change in that how many times the numbers are repeating. Okay, this is first time, this is second time. Now similarly here in next example, root 10 minus root 10, again I am telling that we cannot make any changes in this number during addition and subtraction. This number you can consider as a base or root number. Okay, so we cannot make any changes in this number. Okay, so we can consider that these both are like terms, just like terms. Okay, so root 10 minus root 10 is equal to 0. Okay, now let us proceed further. Now what happens when two irrational numbers, they are divided? Now here we have first in numerator root 11, in denominator also root 11, they are same number, so we can directly cancel them. Our answer will be 1. Okay, now let us proceed further and try to solve some more examples based on this topic. Okay, now suppose if it is given root 5 plus 2 root 5. Okay, so what we have to do in this one, now we have to do addition. Check, both the numbers are having same root form, that is root 5. Before this number no number is present over here, so we will consider that if no number is there means 1 is always present over there. Okay, before this root 5 2 is present. Now what we have to do, this both seems to be like terms. Okay, so we will just add their previous number. Okay, actual step we can write it in this way, 1 plus 2 root 5. Why? Because root 5 is present in both the terms, so that we have removed common and this number will become now 3 root 5. Hope you all must have understood this one. Okay, now let us see subtraction of this type of numbers. Suppose if it is given 10 root 2 minus 4 root 3, sorry 4 root 2. Now here what we can do, so again check, here root 2 is present, here root 2 is present, so we can remove that root 2 out of the bracket. Inside the bracket we can write the remaining numbers, that is 10 minus 4. Okay, so you will get 10 minus 4 root 2, that equals to 6 root 2. Clear? Okay, now suppose if it is given in this way, 10 root 2 plus 3, or we can write here 5 root 3. Now here we can see that first number is 10 root 2, second number is 5 root 3. Both the numbers are having different root form numbers. Okay, here it is root 2, here it is root 3. So during such a condition we cannot do any mathematical operation further. This will be as it is. Okay, we cannot add these numbers. Is it clear? Okay, Now let us proceed further with some more examples. Now suppose when we are multiplying, we have learned that just now we have seen that suppose if we have root 5 into root 5, okay, our answer will be simply 5. In this condition we remove these roots if same roots are multiplied only 2 times, that is root 5 is multiplied 2 times, so our answer is 5. Okay, now suppose if it is given in this way, root 5 multiplied by root 3. Now here we have in between multiplication sign, so here what we can do, we will just keep this root as it is and the inside number we can multiply, so our answer will be root 15. Is it clear? Okay, so this we will write further, we will see further with an example. Okay, so let us consider one more example of this type. Suppose if we have root 10 into root 12, so it will become what, under root 10 into 12, that is root 120. Okay, this we will learn further as a rule. Okay, so now let us solve some more examples. Now first example is given as add 2 root 2 plus 5 root 3 and root 2 minus 3 root 3. So let us write its solution. Now we have to add this 2 root 2 plus 5 root 3. Now since addition is given, so in between this we will write plus, and here root 2 minus 3 root 3. Now we have to open the brackets, so you will get 2 root 2 plus 5 root 3 plus root 2 minus 3 root 3. Now what will be the next step? We will bring the numbers with like or same root form. Okay, so here we have root 2, here we have root 2, so this we will bring together. So what you will get, 2 root 2 plus root 2. Then next we can see that here 5 root 3, here also a number is present with same root, so we will bring these two numbers together with their signs. Okay, so now next will be 5 root 3 minus 3 root 3, so that equals to, now again it can be seen that this both the numbers are having same root. Okay, and these both numbers are having same root. Okay, so we can add these numbers. Okay, so now this number here 2 is given before this number, no number is given, means 1 will be there, so we can add that numbers. 2 plus 1, that will be 3 root 2, then this plus sign as it is over here, so I am writing here plus. Now here same root numbers, root 3, in between minus sign is there, so we can subtract these numbers. Okay, so you will get 5, that is 5 minus 3, that is 2 root 3. Now in the next step it can be seen that the first number is having root 2, the second number is having root 3, so we cannot make any changes in these numbers, so this will be our final answer. Okay, have you understood up till here? I think, hope you all must have understood up till here. Now let us solve next example. Now here it is given that multiply 6 root 5 by 2 root 5. Okay, so let us do this multiplication. Now first let us write it in multiplication form, 6 root 5 into 2 root 5. In multiplication, now this 6 will multiply to 2 and this root number will multiply to this root number, so it can be written as 6 into 2 into root 5 into root 5. Now 6 2s are, this 2 number let us multiply here, 6 2s are, so that will be 12 into, now in start only we have learned when two numbers with same root and same base are multiplied, we just write the base only one time. The condition is that it should be multiplied 2 times. Okay, so our answer will be root 5 into root 5, simply 5. Now further we need to multiply these numbers also, so you will get 12 5s are 60. Okay, now let us do division of two numbers. Okay, now here it is given that divide 8 root 15 by 2 root 3. So solution, eight root 15 upon 2 root 3, it can be written as, now remember during such a condition these numbers are present out of this root. Okay, so we can make division between these two numbers. Okay, so you will get 2 1s are and 2 4s are, so you will get 4. Okay, upon 1. Is it clear? Now remember one thing, that let me write it in a different way, into. Now here it is given simply root form, that is square root form. Here it is also square root form. Since these two are having same roots, we can write it under one root, that is under root 15 upon 3. Okay, so that equals to 4 upon 1 into, now 3 1s are, 3 5s are. Okay, so you will get it as root 5. So next step will be simply 4 root 5. Okay, now let us proceed further to the next step. From this we can understand that we will get some rules which are known as laws of irrational number, we can say that, or these are generally known as surds. Okay, now from the above examples we have reached some conclusions, some laws. Okay, so our first law is under root ab equals to root a into root b. Means, for example, suppose if it is given that root 2 multiplied by root 3, so we will write it as, I have written first this form. Okay, so now both of them are having same root, so if numbers are having same root form, we can multiply the base numbers. So what you will get, equals to 2 into 3 equals to root 6. Is it clear? Similarly, when two numbers are written in this way, that is, here one more thing we have to consider, that suppose if a number is given in this way, root 2 multiplied by 5 root 3. Now during such a time, this 5 will multiply to the number present before this root. So here no number is there, so it is 1. So we have to write it in this way, 5 into 1 into. Now this number and this number, that is root 2 and root 3, are having same root numbers, so that we will write under only one root, so it will become 2 into 3. So now your answer will be 5 1s are 5 and root 2 into, sorry, 2 3s are 6. So your answer should be 5 root 6. Okay, now suppose if we are doing division. Okay, so let us write, if it is given, let us consider an example. Suppose if it is given root 10 upon root 5, so both these numbers are having same root form. Okay, so this we can write it as only one time, that is root 10 upon 5. Now we can make cancellation, 5 1s are, 5 2s are, so our final answer will be root 2. Is it clear? Now let us proceed further for the next example. Now next rule is given that root a plus b and root a minus b. So we have to find that what happens when root a plus root b is multiplied by root a minus root b. Now here we have to follow the multiplication rule for brackets. Okay, so now what we will do, we will first write this root a multiply with this full bracket, so it can be written as root a into root a minus root b. Then we are going to write this bracket and multiply with this full bracket. Okay, so you will get plus root b inside bracket root a minus root b. Now what we have to do, the number or whatever root a is present out of the bracket, first it will multiply to this one and then it will multiply to the second term. Okay, so you will get root a into root a, then you have to multiply the sign, plus into minus will become minus, and then root a will multiply to root b, root a multiplied by root b. Then now this work is over. Now we have to multiply this root b with this one. Afterwards root b will multiply to minus root b, so plus root b into root a. Then now we are going to multiply root b with minus root b, so first we have to multiply the sign, plus into minus, minus root b into root b. Now we have learned it earlier, when two numbers are having same root and same base, we just write the base as it is. So root a into root a will be only a. Now minus, these both are having same root, so we can write it together as under root. Now a into b, it can be written as ab. Similarly here these two numbers, in between them multiplication is there, same root is there, so we can write that one also as plus under root ab. Then minus, now again same, when two numbers with same roots and same base are multiplied, we write the base as it is. Is it clear? So what will be our rule? Now next step, it can be seen that these both are like terms with opposite signs, so we can cancel them here only. Okay, so what will be our answer? That will be simply a minus b. Okay, in this way we can get four new rules, some more new rules. Okay, now similarly you have to solve for this one, that what will happen when this a plus b will multiply to a minus root b. Okay, so you have to multiply this one and make a rule for this one. Okay, let us see whether you are able to make it or not. Okay, after that we have to proceed further. For the next rule you have to multiply this one also, you have to get one rule for that one. Okay, now last one, that is sixth one. Now here it is given that root a plus root b bracket square. Okay, so I'll make it simple for you people so that you can derive it further. Okay, now since this full bracket is repeating itself two times, so we can write it as root a plus root b into root a plus root b. Okay, then now our regular procedure, you have to multiply first term with this full bracket, then second term with this full bracket, and you have to obtain that formula. Is it clear? So when you will solve further, you will get these four rules. Okay, the first rule is that root a plus root b into root a minus root b equals to a minus b. A plus root b, a minus root b, you should get this answer. Then a plus root b, root c plus root d is this one. Okay, and finally you will get this. These are all, these four are, we can say that laws of surds, we can consider it. Okay, now let us proceed further. Now let us solve some examples based on this one. Okay, so here four different examples are there. We'll solve each one of them one by one. Okay, now remember that if you are not able to memorize this rule, okay, our simple rule is that first term with full bracket, second term with full bracket. That will be easy for you to understand. Okay, now let us solve some examples with that same way. First example, 5 plus root 7, 2 plus root 5. We are going to solve this example. Now what is our rule? we are writing the first number multiplying with this full bracket. So you will get solution 5 2 plus root 5. Then we will write this second number multiply with this full bracket. So you will get plus root 7 in bracket 2 plus root 5, that equals to, now what will be our next step? The number which is present before the bracket will multiply to each and every term present inside the bracket. It means that first this 5 will multiply it with 2, then it will multiply with root 5. So now 5 2s are, or I am writing in this way detailed step, 5 into 2 plus 5 into root 5. Then next this plus as it is, so you will get here plus. Now next this root 7 will multiply to 2, then it will multiply to root 5. Okay, so you will get root 7 multiplied by 2 plus root 7 into root 5. Okay, now equals to, now 5 2s are, so it is 10 plus, now here 5 is an rational number, root 5 is an irrational number, so we cannot make any changes in this one, as we have learned that multiplication of a rational with an irrational is always irrational. Okay, so our answer will be simply 5 root 5. Okay, plus, now again same condition is here, root 7 is multiplied by 2, so it can be written as 2 root 7 plus, now here it can be seen that two numbers with the same root form, that is square root form or root. Okay, if they are multiplied, we can write the root only one time and the numbers in between we have to multiply it. Okay, so our final answer will be 10 plus 5 root 5 plus 2 root 7 plus root 35. Now it can be seen that here no root number is there. Now this one is also an irrational and irrational, but here it is root 5, here root 7, here it is root 35. Okay, so we cannot make any changes. Okay, we can neither add, subtract it further. So this is our final answer, that is 10 plus 5 root 5 plus 2 root 7 plus root 35. Okay, now similarly you can solve the next example. Okay, so now let us consider this example, third example. Okay, second one you have to solve. I am solving this third example. Now what condition is given? That root 3 plus root 7 bracket square. So as I told that if you are not able to memorize the formula, simply we can write it as root 3 plus root 7 another bracket root 3 plus root 7. Why we have written this two times? Because of this power. Okay, now I think it will be easy for you to solve further. First you will multiply this root 3 with this full bracket, then we will multiply root 7 with this full bracket. Okay, so you will get equals to root 3 in bracket root 3 plus root 7 plus root 7 in bracket root 3 plus root 7. Okay, now further step, I think it will be easy for you to solve. So this much is enough for today. Okay, thank you, have a nice day.